Look at this. Huh? What do you think? So I need some help here. Can somebody tell me, how does somebody's belly get that big? Hey boys and girls, and welcome to Adventures of the Broken Retired. It's the old buddy Don here with his favorite friend Elmer the Reckless Remote. And I've got Barney and Ed in the kitchen with me. They're the other side of the camera so you can't see them. But we've got Barney and Ed in the kitchen here with me. And when I started setting up the camera and started talking, these two guys suddenly became a little bit curious. So they're in the house today because today is Sunday, January 25th, and it rained like crazy yesterday. The backyard is a swamp, and of course it's nothing but a big mud hole because I got a couple of guys that are digger dogs. They just love digging up the grass and digging holes in the yard. And so when it rains outside, it's all muddy and it's cold, and they don't need to be out when it's raining and cold anyhow. Anyway, today, because of the weather, I thought to myself, you know what? Amy's been after me for a while to do something in the kitchen on video. Excuse me. And today's a perfect day to make a big pot of spaghetti. So I figured I would. Now, I'm going to tell you that Joe buys stuff at 50% off. I don't know what the rules are in showing brand names on here, by the way. None of this is sponsored by anybody, and I'm not endorsing anybody. So, but the store that I go to, that one already came off, but the store that I go to has these. You see right here? Oh, it's backwards. 50% off. I like 50% off. Now, it's two different kinds of meat. One of them's lean and one of them's not. I really don't care because I'm going to drain the grease out of it anyway. Hang on with me. I'm no pro at this. This is the first time I've ever done something like this as far as for having the camera out in the kitchen. And I guess I'm just hoping the microphone works well. But I'm going to brown the hamburger meat and drain all the grease anyhow, so it doesn't really matter. So I do prefer to, I do prefer to start out with thawed hamburger meat, but that's not going to happen today, so it is what it is. Now, it's only about, it's 10 o'clock in the morning. So, I don't want to have this stuff ready till 3 or 4 o'clock this afternoon. If you're making spaghetti, in my book, if you're making spaghetti, 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning is a good time to start if you want to eat later that night. Now, tonight is Sunday night. Usually, we have a special dinner on Sunday night because Amy has a TV show that she likes to watch. Amy is the queen of watching trashy television, and she watches 90 Day Fiance, and she just loves it. She says, it's gonna be hot. And usually what she does is she buys us all a fancy dinner. She buys us all a fancy dinner for Sunday night. And her daughter Molly comes over and we sit around watching trashy TV, eating pretty good stuff. I'm making a mess. You see that? But I don't think anybody's going to feel like going anywhere and getting anything. And I'm not sure if anybody even be able to, because the weather is supposed to be super bad. Hang on. The weather's supposed to be super bad tonight. So, and you know what? Ain't nothing wrong with having spaghetti. Got a little trouble with noodles because I'm not sure pasta. So I'm not sure if we have any. But I'm gonna dig around and see what I can come up with. And worst come to worst, I got a couple prescriptions that are ready to be picked up anyhow. I need to tend to that. So, worst come to worst, after a while, if I can't come up with something, I'll just make a quick store run. There's an Aldi's right down the street. I don't particularly care for most of Aldi's stuff. You know, they say it's cheaper and all that, and it is. I do all the grocery shopping in the family. I'm what you call a shopper smurf. And the quality of a lot of the stuff at Aldi's doesn't really turn me on. Now I'm gonna put this pan on low. This is my favorite pot, by the way. This is my favorite pot. This pot was given to me by my daughter, Rhonda, and I love it. It used to be Teflon on the inside, but the years have made that wear away. But this is just perfect. It's perfect for everything, and it even has the strainer top. So the handle's loose. It's only been loose for about 10 years. I'll fix it one day. Anyway, let me put this on. Start thawing this meat out. And like I said, I don't buy well, depending on what's available on sale, I will. If they have it on sale, I will. But if they have the 73, 7327, whatever it is, because I'm going to drain the grease out anyhow. I always cook the hamburger meat and then let it stand for quite a while, because I cook the hamburger meat separate from the sauce, right? So you cook the hamburger meat, take it out, clean the pot, cook the sauce, then you put the hamburger meat back in it 4 hours later, and it'll heat it back up in the sauce. So why not? So now, you know, on cooking channels, they everything goes so quick. It ain't gonna work that way here. Anyway, so what I usually use, I like to use Lawry's spaghetti sauce mix, but I couldn't find any, so I had McCormick's Thick and Zesty, and I've got Walmart brand Great Value diced tomatoes, and Contatina, I think. No, Albertsons brand tomato paste, good enough. 2 cans of each, that'll work. So now we just kind of relax and take a break. Time to cook the meat. Oh, I have Elmer with me. I can do this. Back after a while. Well, in my infinite wisdom, I neglected to press the start button on the recording. So how about we do a little catching up? First of all, the ground meat's cooked. I'll drain it off into a colander, into this metal pan. There's a bunch of paper towels down there at the bottom of the metal pan to catch all the grease. That's going to sit there for a pretty good while and drain out. There's no such thing as a good can opener in the world, so I use the one I have. I have a little cleanup to do around the lip of the pot, and I also have some leftover plastic utensils from Amy's family Christmas party. So we'll use that and save the world having to wash one more knife. All right, now If I remember right, it's 2, okay. 1 3 cups of water twice. One 3/4. One 3/4. Now I'm not going to wash that measuring cup. All I had in it was water. So I'm just going to put that aside and let it dry. All right. Now, spaghetti sauce mix. Most of the time I always use mixes for spaghetti sauce. I don't always use it for Spanish rice. I can make a pretty good Spanish rice from scratch, although the Rice-A-Roni pre-made mixes are pretty easy to use and they're cheap. Saves a lot of trouble. By the time you get done buying all the stuff you need to make it from scratch, it's a lot easier and quicker just to do it from the box. Cheaper. And let's face it, I don't care who you are. You look and rub 2 nickels together. All right. So now we'll do a little bit of controversial fixing up here. First of all, we got to have a couple of onions. Couple of sweet onions. Gotta have these. Now, normally, if I'm just cooking for me, I'm gonna dump a bunch of jalapenos in there, which I have. But not everybody in the family appreciates jalapenos the way I do. And I'm just as happy with them raw added after as I am cooked in. So I'll just add those after. Now I will tell you something about an onion. The onion hearts, Amy loves onion hearts and so do I. So I always try to pop that onion heart out so she can have it. You see these big chunks of onions. You would think that they would bother Matthew. He loves them. Amy's on the phone in the background if you can hear that. I'm going to put 2 onions in because they're not that terribly big. The handle's all blue and nasty from that, where they stuck me for the heart catheter thing. And we just got these onions from Walmart a couple days ago, and they're not doing so well. It's another good reason to put 2. Use them up. I don't want to throw stuff away. I go shop. I actually go to the store to go shop. If whenever Amy buys stuff, she just does the Walmart home order thing, which is super convenient and love it. But there's certain things you can't buy, like vegetables or fruit, because the person who picks it out for you doesn't necessarily care what you get. Look at this. Onion heart. That's a big old one right there. That's a little bit, we're going to have to trim that puppy down a little. That's good. Onion heart. Love those things. Okay. Rinse my hands off quick. Okay, now, some of you might freak a little bit for this part. Seasoning that was on sale, pepper that I haven't opened yet, I never, ever, 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 ever add salt, ever, never. There's plenty of salt and everything already. A little bit of black pepper, this might hurt some of you. That's good. A little bit of red pepper. There we go. Now I need 2 sweet and lows. Oh, I hope we have some. Hey, look at that. Some pasta. Oh, look at this. Chicken broth. I'm going to have to look in here. Here we go. Nope. All right. Well, I usually add 2 sweet and lows just to knock the edge off the tomatoes, but we don't have any. So, what can I say? I'll check with Amy when she comes in and see if she has some. All right, let's put this on. Started out at 5. Get it hot. Turn it down to 1.5 or 2. And then just let it sit here on the stove. Go watch TV, play on YouTube. Start putting this video together. But I can't leave the kitchen until this gets to a certain point, which will bore you to death. So what we'll do is return after a while. So hang on. Oh, I forgot to ask, do y'all plan on coming? I need to know how many plates to set. So if y'all plan on coming, let me know. And we'll, you can try the spaghetti out, see how you like it. Found the sweet and low. There's 2 of them. Like I said, it just knocks off the sharp edge the tomatoes have. I never used to do this, and then I heard about it somewhere. So I thought one time I'd try it. They were putting a lot more in than 2. I just put 2 of them in there just to see, and it worked. All right. We'll get that hot, and then we'll turn it down to a bloop. Bloop, bloop. Sit tight. Y'all coming? Elmer, take us out. Oops, I just remembered. I got some celery to put in there too. Bottom of the bag. This is the part I love the most. I love the leaves. The very inner part of celery is the best part. Where's my knife? All right. Didn't have very much, but what I had needed using. Well, what we got to do now, like I said a while ago, we got to get it to bloop. So, sit tight a minute. All right, let me tell you what I did. I turned the heat up high, got it to where it just started to boil, kept stirring it so it wouldn't stick, cut it down to 1.5. I think 1.5 ought to be, it might be a little bit high. I think I might cut it back down to 1, but I'll come back out and check it in a little bit. Either way, got some bread to go with it. Some bread rolls that was made by my granddaughter Zoe, which are killer good. Looking forward to breaking into those along with that spaghetti. So, it is what it is. Everybody have a wonderful day. We'll be back. All right, boys and girls, let's look in the pot, see what we got going on. Well, you're not going to be able to see from over there, but I'm going to look in the pot and stir it. See what we got. Boy, it smells good in here. Need to turn it down. Oh, yeah. Cooking, but not sticking. This is doing perfect. Doing very well. It's not sticking, but it's kind of settling to the bottom. I want to make sure I get all that off of there. Get it re-stirred in. This is going to be good. It's only been cooking 40 minutes. All right. Looks like we're going to have some good stuff. Well, boys and girls, I'm not real good at remembering to turn the camera back on, so I went over here and stirred the pot a while ago. The stuff is ready. I went ahead and put the hamburger meat back in. The sauce is thick. It tastes fantastic. It's sitting on the stove. It's going to sit there and just chill out and cool down for, well, till 5 o'clock. It's around 1:30 now, I think. Yeah, 1:30. So it'll sit on the stove now and just chill out and cool down. You know how spaghetti sauce is always better the next day? Well, that's how this is going to be. So I reckon at about 5 o'clock maybe, I'll turn it back on, warm it up slow, and we'll get to enjoy it. All right there, boys and girls. It's about 10 minutes after 4. I turned the spaghetti sauce pot back on, just put it on low, I think. Yeah, just to heat it up slow. Time to make the pasta. So, be right back. All right, got my pasta pot, got my box of pasta, which was on clearance sale for, check this out, it was on clearance sale for $1.11. Couldn't pass it up. Expiration date, July 1st of 27. Go ahead. I'm just gonna cook the whole box. Always tear the boxes up. Takes up less space in the trash. No, we don't have recycling around here. All right. Put a little water in the pot. Some people put salt and oil and stuff in the water. I don't put anything. It's fine just like it is. You know what? Put that back there. Put it on high to heat it up. It's supposed to be ready in 7 minutes. I'll probably give it 10. Let's cook some pasta. All right, that's going. I'll be back to you in a few minutes and we'll see what the spaghetti looks like. Ed and Barney are back in the house. It's cold outside. Just brought them back in a couple minutes ago. And they sure are. I get the impression them guys think they're getting spaghetti too. Oh, poor Ed. Ed just found out he's not getting spaghetti and he laid down and put his head low. It'd be okay, Ed. All right, guys, be back. And I'm new at this, cooking and recording stuff, so I forgot to turn the light on around the camera, the ring light. I don't know if this made any difference or not, but really the reason I came back on here real quick was to let you know that I just stirred the spaghetti sauce. And I happen to like thick spaghetti sauce. And that spaghetti sauce is thick. It's going to be good. Warm you to the core. All right, move a little closer to the action here. Action. That's funny. The pasta is getting ready to boil. As soon as that boils, I'll turn it down a little bit and set the timer. And I'm going to show you that. Watch this. Spaghetti sauce. Nice thick sauce. Look at that. Gotta love it. In the meantime, Molly's not coming over. She's a little concerned with getting stuck on the roads, and I don't blame her. The governor's been screaming at everybody not to drive anywhere, which I happen to agree with, except Amy has a job where she works at a place. Excuse me. Amy has a job. She works at a place only when school is in session. 10 minutes. And she has to go to work tomorrow, even though there ain't going to be a school in this state open tomorrow, I promise you. So she'll be out of here at 5:30 tomorrow morning when the roads are covered in ice, which really makes me mad because the boss is putting her at risk for nothing. But, you know, what can you say? I love spaghetti, especially on a day like today. And I had a chance to cook it all day, you know. And you make spaghetti sauce, you gotta cook it all day. Look at that. That pasta was cheap. I don't know why it was so cheap, but see how it was cheap and I'm cheap. We got cheap pasta. So you can call me a bird. Cheap, cheap, cheap. Got some of the bread rolls that Zoe made that are really good. I'd show them to you, but then I'll end up eating one. And I want to eat one because I don't want to spoil my dinner. And it's not like I'm dying for food. I am kind of hungry. I haven't had much to eat. I've been cutting my diet back quite a bit. Cutting back my quantity, should say. I really like sardines and Beach Cliff sardines and herring steaks or fish steaks in Louisiana hot sauce. I love those things. 18 grams of protein, 210 calories. I don't think that's bad. And of course, there's no calories in spaghetti. I don't know if you guys know that or not. But there's no calories in spaghetti. Or pasta. Or anything else that I cook. That's how thick it is. It'll just about stand up. Look at that. There you go. That's thick spaghetti sauce. I'll turn it this way, you can see it better. That's thick spaghetti sauce right there. That's the good stuff to me. That's the good stuff. Try not to drag the metal spoon in the aluminum pot for obvious reasons. But sometimes it is what it is. Excuse me if I make rude noises. Don't mean to, just comes natural for me. I forgot to turn the light on. Let's see what happens if I do this. Look at that. Is that better? Oh, you can see more of me. I'm not sure if that's good or not. Six more minutes. You're probably going to get to see Matthew tonight if I can get him down here to get his dinner. Sometimes it takes a while to get him to come down. Oh, I almost forgot. Keep an eye on the pot. Keep an eye on the pot. Remember, I was talking about being cheap? Check this out. What is that? La Costera, whatever it is. Sliced nacho jalapeno slices. Look at this. Gotta love that. These things are killer good. And when I went over there one day last week I went to the store. They had Progresso soups. Now Progresso soups are typically $3.99 a can, so it's $4. Typically Progresso soups are $4 a can. They had a whole bunch of them on sale for 99 cents. And of course I always check the expiration date. They were all well within the expiration date times. But I bought a lot of them, you know, 4 for the price of 1. And Amy happens to love Progresso soups. I got a bunch of the chicken noodle and the hearty chicken, and that's the stuff that she likes. Had to go to Albertsons today. They had, let me show you what they had. Grocery store. Spring Hill Ranch brand, all natural ground beef, 98% fat free, 50% off. I only bought 2, mostly because there's not a lot of room in the freezer. But I'm all about buying it when it's cheap. And that's 93% fat free. $10 a pound. You know, hamburger meat. I remember years ago going to Winn-Dixie and thinking hamburger meat was expensive, and it was 99 cents. And back then it was expensive when it was 99 cents. Now it's $10. All right, we're at 7-minute mark. Pull one of those out of there before I turn it off. Probably need to stir this too. Oh yeah. Not sticking. And it's the first time I ever made spaghetti sauce and it didn't stick. Well, when I do a chunk of meat, red meat, I want you to understand that I eat my red meat cooked. None of this bite it and it bleeds. When I cut it up, chunk it, you know, cut it up into little chunks, then keep burning the pot, let it burn in the bottom of the pot for a minute and add water, let it burn in the bottom of the pot. Makes its own gravy that way. It's good. Yep. Let's see what happens. Got 2 minutes left. So technically, according to the box, it's ready. I just don't think it's going to be. Let that sit and cool off just a minute. It's supposed to be 21 degrees when we get up tomorrow morning, and 24 degrees when we get up Tuesday morning. Not looking forward to that. And then 1 minute left. It's okay, Ed. All right, let's see. Yep, I think it's done. Probably should have put a little salt on that one. I could use it. It's the first time I've used that brand. All right, we got a colander right here. We'll turn this on. Don't melt the pipes. Oh. Close enough. 1 second. Turn that off. Get another pot holder. And yeah, you don't have to pour it in a colander. You can hold the lid and pour it, but I'm always afraid I'm going to dump it all in the sink. All right. Get old Matty boy down here for his dinner. Matt, come get your supper, Matt. All right. Gonna use bowls because they're easier. Nose has been wrong all day. All right, boys and girls, you ready? 2 bowls. Matthew. Look at this. Huh? What do you think? Come here, Matt. Gotta feed that boy. Matt! Okay, camera's on. Just letting you know. Alright, I think that ought to be...
Did the boys go out and potty?
Oh, they've been out. They were out for a couple hours. Alright, there's Matt's right there. Now you don't want it, do you? There you go, Matt. Matt, come say hello to the camera. All right. A little bit of this. And I love spaghetti sauce. Come on, Boney Bones. Matt, come say hello to the camera. Come on. Give him a roll or give him 2. Is that a 1 or a 2? All right, I'll give him 2. There you go. Say hello to the camera. Go say hello. Say hello, camera. All right, now we get the good part. Take some of these puppies. Put a little bit of that in there. That's good stuff. Man, that is good stuff. And I've already, I better. All right, boys and girls, I'm not gonna bore you with watching me sit down and eat dinner. Not something you'd probably not something you'd be interested in seeing anyway. A little more. Jalapenos are good for you. There we go. Oh, I don't like that one. All right. I'm gonna sit down. And eat my dinner. Thank you very much. Turn this off, Elmer. Elmer, you can serve yourself. I'm not serving you. You can serve yourself, Elmer. No, I do Matt every night. Well, boys and girls, let me tell you what. I know that it is rude to brag about stuff that you do, especially rude to brag about stuff you cook, how good it was. But seeing how none of y'all showed up, you don't know. So I think I can vouch for the food, for the spaghetti. It was good. It was good. The Broncos just lost, which means the Patriots are going to the Super Bowl. Seahawks and who else is playing? The Seahawks and somebody, I forget now. Fixing to come on. I think I'm going to sit in front of the TV and waste my life a little bit. Thank you so much for being here. Next time I'm making something, you ought to come by.